Okay, so I haven't done a book review in a very long time, but then again, it's a different type of a book review. And it's only the cover, but very huge interest in those that do want these type of books and want to understand or learn or grow from it. So, here's an interesting cover that I actually thought this would make a difference, even for a child's life. With child development and understanding in the education field, I understand the view of a photograph, even on a book cover. Do you want to reevaluate the book cover, the photograph, or the child? Well, this one is Autobiography of a Face by Lucy Greeley. Now, what's interesting is that if you look at that picture, at, if you're not used to looking at pictures like this, sometimes those that do watch the news, you kind of have to look twice or several times to make sure it's the own person's hand doing that, because sometimes it's another person's hand. Sometimes it's the view of someone being hurt in a war zone. So, what I like about it is that it's her own, and the type of covering that she has, as if there was a mask, is actually see through. At the bottom, it says from New York Times, this is a young woman's first book. The story of her own life, and both book and life are unforgettable. So, this is her as a grown woman. Lucy is an award winning poet and attended the Iowa Writers' Workshop. Born in Ireland, she grew up in New York and currently lives in New York City. There's her, the back. At age 9, Lucy Greeley was diagnosed with a potentially terminal cancer. When she returned to school with a third of her jaw removed, she faced the cruel taunts of classmates. In this strikingly candid memoir, Greeley tells her story of great suffering and remarkable strength without sentimentality and with considerable wit, vividly portraying the pain of peer rejection and the guilty pleasures of wanting to be special. Greeley captures with unique insight what it is like as a child and young adult to be torn between two warring impulses, to feel that more than anything else we want to be loved for who we are, while wishing desperately and secretly to be perfect. The back. Here's the font. Typography matters. Okay. Um, I like that viewpoint. It's an autobiography memoir. And in it, everyone seems to be still in their own world of what a mask means. That's actually one of her chapters is masks. How to view a mask. Even in the world of psychology, even if you don't want to include psychology, you can include the viewpoint of education, you can include the viewpoint of fashion. What's your fashion line? I don't know. What should I use as a mask? Probably my headband. I don't know. Fashion world, right? You can go fashion dynamics with it. Having missed most of fourth grade and all but a week or so of fifth grade, I finally started to reappear at school sometime in sixth grade during my periodic vacations from chemotherapy. I mysteriously show up for a week or 2 weeks, or sometimes even 3 or 4, then disappear again for a couple of months. Really interesting. You disappear and you reappear. Not everyone will understand the viewpoint of reappearing and existing and then not having the whole story straightened out, you know. So I'm going to thank her for that beginning and of that type of a title for a chapter beginning. She went on to talk about certain types of things in her routines, and although I didn't get a chance to read all of it, which I would like to even have it resurface for a different plan, in understanding cancer and the education and scholarships that I'm working on. I think it would be most beneficial for those that aren't understanding autobiographies, memoirs, biographies, um, what it means for scholarships and the education field and dedications. It's a blessing to have the actual book, to have the actual reference, the actual person's experience, even if somebody else gives their own viewpoint. Um, Here's something interesting in that same chapter. I viewed other people both critically and sympathetically. Why couldn't they just stop complaining so much? Just let go and see how good they actually had it. With that, thank you. I might not be able to read it all right now, but thank you very much for that moment.